session.
It is the 8th of August. This is Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
Sometimes he says amazing things. I mean, he always says amazing things. I can't always understand him. Okay, we are back. And we will just I'll just go over what's the case that we're holding in over here. The Gemora's got a statement over here. A brisa. No, actually, it's not a brisa because it's statements of Amoraim that we're talking about over here. Rabbi Elazar and Rabbi Yochanan are Amoraim, and so we're saying that this can be found about 25 lines from the bottom of the page. If you want to count the lines, then you'll tell me exactly how many it is. But in any case, the first word in the line is ksubos, lochaish. And then we start with Amar Rebbe Elazar, as opposed to Rebbe Eliezer. Here we're at without a yud. Rebbe Elazar. So he says, Machlekes b'shneim adukim b'tofes v'shneim b'toref. He's talking about Rashi, and Rashi told us he's talking about Dibur Maska Machlekes. He says, "Hi Yachleiku the Ka'amar of Shim ben Gamliel." This ruling of Rav Shim Gamliel, where he said Yachleiku, that you divide it equally. It's talking about Rabbi Elazar is saying what's the case that Rabbi Shimon Gamliel and Rebbe were talking about. And it's talking about a case of Shnehem Adukim B'Tofes Ushnehem B'Toref. They were holding equally. And like that we say, Yachloku. Aval, echad aduk betofes ve'echad aduk betorev. If they're not holding equally, one's holding the toref, one's holding the tofes. So then we say, zen notel tofes, zen notel toref. Each one takes that part of the shtar that he's holding. But Rabbi Yochanan, he says la'olam cholkin. He says always you do yachloku. You divide it between them. Presumably means dividing it equally. On that, the Gemora asked the question, which we're right now in the middle of resolving. The Gemora says, how could that be? Even if they're not holding equally, one's holding the important part and one's holding the not important part of the shtar. You're going to divide it equally in such a case also? V'hatanya, did we not learn in the Brisa not like that? Zenotel ad mokum shiada magas. This is referring to a brisa that we had before, that two people were holding onto a talus, and the brisa said each one takes, he's notel, he takes ad makom sheyado magas, up to the place where his hand extends. So that goes according to the principle that Rashi told us, whatever a person is holding, what's in his control, that he has in his hand, we presume that he's the owner of that which he is holding. And so, if so, the Gemora is really questioning how is it that Rabbi Yochanan can say in this case they divided equally, because their holding is not equal. So now the Gemora is going to respond to this challenge to Rabbi Yochanan, and we start with the words in the Gemora, lo sricha. And these words are a little bit further down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 lines from the bottom of the page.
Coming.
First word in the lines is hachi. Oh, no. No. Sorry, that's a different lo tzricha. That's a different lo tzricha. Sure enough. Okay. Or is it?
Is it lot tzricha?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Sorry, what?
I can't see it.
Okay, so it's a little bit confusing. There's two lo tzrichas very close to one another. We're looking for the one which is one line above the one that I just told you.
Does it say lot tzricha the mikorav?
No, it's the lo tzricha above that one. One line above that.
Roy, it's on 7B3, left-hand column, last line on the column.
Oh, I see it, yes. Right. Has Alan got it?
What's that?
Has Alan got it?
Alan, you got it?
Alan, you're muted. You want me to read?
Okay, take it away.
We're reading inside, right?
In the Gemora, lo tzricha. The first word on the line is
No, I got it, but it's the first lo tzricha, the second, right?
Yeah.
Yes, first one.
Gotcha.
Tureth.
Go for it.
You're muted, Alan. Alan, you're muted. Alan, you're muted.
Okay, back.
okay. Good. Okay.
7B4.
7B3, Alan, left-hand column, last line on the column.
Okay. Benacha of Difti asked Ravina, Rabbi or Zora.
On the right column, left column, to deflect the challenge.
Oh, to deflect the challenge, the Gemara limits Rabbi Yochanan's ruling to a specific case. Lo tzricha. Rabbi Yochanan's ruling applies only to a case. To court A, Torech, Bay.
Hello?
Hmm?
Hello, can you speak English? You speak English?
In which the document's essence is situated in the middle. Is that it? Second column?
Sorry. Read it again, Alan. I didn't hear it.
All right, 7B3, the bottom left To deflect the challenge, the Gemara limits Rabbi Yochanan's ruling to a specific case. Lo tzika, Rabbi Yochanan ruling applies only to a case. A, Torah, B, Metzia, to which the document's essence is situated in the middle, so that neither principle is holding it. Only in such a case do they divide the document. In the Bryce's case, however, where each principle holds a different section of the document, Rabbi Yochanan agrees with Rabbi Elazar that each is awarded a section in his possession. Then the Gemara challenges the interpretation of Rabbi Yochanan's statement. Should I continue?
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
My main raw. If so, why was it necessary for Rabbi Yochanan to state his ruling? If neither principle holds the document's essence, the adversary must divide the document. So the Gemara answers, Lo Tzurucha, the statement is necessary for a case to meet Kor Rave, Gebe, Dehar, in which the document's essence is closer to one of the principles than to the other. Mahu, to say more, or Omar, Ale, Prologue, you might argue that the principle closer to the document's essence can tell his adversary, divide the document this way, that the document's entire essence will be allocated to me. Of course, mashma law, Rabbi Yochanan's statement that therefore informs us to Omar lay that the adversary can tell him by causes the fallen against Hochi. What reason do you see for dividing it this way so that your portion will be worth more than mine? Let us rather divide it that way, so that our portions will be equal of equal value.
Okay. Penetrating questions to Rabbi Yochanan. And Rabbi Yochanan is got to answer those questions. Okay, so let's take a look. We have a Rashi over here. We have Rashis. The first Rashi we want to read is Dekoi Toref Be Mitzoi. The Gemara is answering that this is the case that Rabbi Yochanan says his din of chokin on.
Alan, you need to mute. Thank you. I don't know where it is, Rabbi.
Okay, so let's see. If you take a look in the Gemora column, you'll see about 15 lines up from the bottom, you'll see the word Toref on 2 times. You'll see the last word in the line is Betoref. You see where it says
Yes, I see it.
so if you just go right over to Rashi, uh, just 2 lines above that, you'll see where Rashi is. The Dibra Maskil starts with the last word on the line, decoy.
I got it, thank you. Decoy, Toref, B, Metzia. That he's holding the Toref part, the salutation part.
Well, these words are not describing where they're holding, but they're describing where the torif is. The torif is the part of the star that gives the one that's holding it all the rights. So the Gemara is saying, where is this torif? The koi torif, the torif is standing bei mitzoi, right smack dab in the middle between them. Neither one is really holding it.
Got it. Umar Amar Chada, Umar Amar Chada, below Pligi.
Wow.
One master says Chada means what over here?
One way in one case.
One way, and the other master holds one way, and they're not arguing.
Yeah, they're not arguing because the chada means he's saying what he's saying his din in one case, and he's saying a din in a different case. It's a very in other words, they're not talking about the same case. They're not talking about the same case. Mar Chada, one master says his case, Umar Chada, and the other master says a different case, and that's why they have a different ruling. The ruling is a different ruling because they're talking about different cases, but in fact, lo pligi. In the din, they're not really arguing with one another. They agree with one another in the din. Each one would say the same ruling about the other one's case. They would agree.
So what they're disagreeing about is what is the case?
It's yeah, sort of.
This one's saying if he's holding it over here, then the law is X. And this one's saying if he's holding it over there, another place, the law is Y. Correct?
Yeah, the whole the Gemora put these two statements of Rebbe Elazar and Rebbe Yochanan together over here, but in truth, I don't know if they really go together. They go together. There's the Gemara thought that they're talking about the same thing. That's why the Gemara asked the question.
Uh-huh.
But it seems as though what we're saying at this point is that no, this Rebbe Elazar is talking about this, and Rebbe Yochanan is talking about that, and they weren't talking to one another really at all. They were just the Gemara recorded these two statements, and we got them together over here in the Gemara for some reason. They are talking. Perhaps they were put together because they're talking about the same general topic of what happens when you got two people holding on to a star. But the exact case that each one's talking about is not the same case. Okay, but now we see that the Gemara didn't like that. The Gemara said, if that's what you say, my lememra, why does it need to be said altogether? it's Rabbi Yochanan is saying an obvious and a case in which the din is obvious. It hardly needed to be said. On that, the Gemara answered, Lo Sricha, no, we do need Rabbi Yochanan to say the case that he's saying. And now the Gemara is adjusting the case a little bit, and it's not really exactly the case that we originally thought. And that is, do we have a Rashi on this yet? We don't have a Rashi on this yet. The dummy. The next Rashi is Ladami, and that's later on. So we have no Rashi to explain us what's going on in this second Lotzricha. So we say like this. The Gemara says it's talking about a case that even though the Torah, which has all the important information in it, it's generally speaking, it's not being held by either one of them primarily at all. It's in the middle, but the Gemara says it's not exactly like that. The Mekarev Lagabe Dechad. It's really, the Torah is really, they're both holding on, and it's closer, the Torah, to one of them than the other one. And like that, what's the Chiddush that Rabbi Yochanan says we're going to split it down the middle? Because if you would have thought to say that Amarle, this one who it's closer to, he'll say he wants to have it he wants to have the distribution of the shtar according to a certain a distribution that favors him. Plog hachi. Make the apportionment in this way, and if you make it in that way, then I'll come out with the lion's share of the deal. And the other one argues and says, why who says you have to apportion it like that? Ma chazis, the palag hachi, plog hachi. Why do you apportion it in the way? Who says we got to apportion it the way that you wanted to have it done? I say we apportion it a different way. Now, Rashi doesn't say anything over here exactly what they're arguing about. You might have a note in the art scroll about this, about what's going on.
Yeah, we do. It says,
yeah.
It says, let us rather divide it that way so that our portions will be of equal value. And then the footnote says, having proven that Rabbi Yochanan agreed with Rabbi Elazar's ruling, Rabbi Yochanan's own ruling seemed difficult to understand. Rabbi Elazar ruled that if the litigants are both holding either the Tophus or Toref, they divide equally. But if one holds the Tophus and the other the Toref, each is awarded the section that he is holding. If Rabbi Yochanan agrees to this, what does he teach when he states, Le'olam, they always divide? In response, our Gemora explains that Rabbi Yochanan teaches as follows. Even if the Toref is closer to one of the principles, they still divide equally. If one is actually holding the Tosef, though, he is certainly awarded that section. Seemingly, then, the Gemara here interprets Le'olam to mean not that we always divide, but rather that in all cases where we divide, the division must be completely equal, qualitatively as well as quantitatively. Not only must each litigant receive a portion of equal size, but each must also receive a portion of equal value. Hence, the court will not heed one litigant's plea that he be awarded the entire Toref. for he would then receive a portion of greater value than his adversary. Instead, it will honor his adversary's request and divide the Torah between them.
Even though it's really closer to one of them than the other.
Right. Right.
Okay. Okay, so okay. 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 So that's that. And now we're ready to go further in the Gemora. Omar Lay, we have any time? Oh, yeah. We got plenty of time. Omar Lay Rav Acha Bidifti Liravina.
It's 7B3, right-hand column, last line, second to the last line on the page. The Gemara clarifies.
Okay, Roy, would you like to read?
The Gemara clarifies that it Rebel's ruling.
Yeah.
Oma le Rav Aha Maravi Maravati Lerachin China. Rav Acha Difti as Ravi Rabbi Eliezer. According to Rav Eliezer, the Omar Ra Tafes, turning over. Oops, sorry. Okay. The Gemara clarifies Rav Eliezer's ruling. Rav Acha of Difti asked Ravina, according to Elazar, who maintains that this one takes the document's form. And this one takes the document's essence. What is the purpose of giving a portion of the document to the debtor? Tzarich, to the debtor. Rabbi Lazar al the what is the purpose of giving a portion of the document to the debtor? Does he need to wrap it over the opening of this flask? Response, Ravina clarifies Rab Eliezer's ruling. Omar le. Ravina answered Rav Achi, Vidame, the document is divided according to its value. That is, the litigant holds a document's essence. The litigant holding the document's essence can claim the following. Shetorah da'as a document that has a date, that is the Torah, B'ma shavi, how much is it worth? Udaliyah base domain, and one that has no date, that is the Tofes, comma shavi, how much is it worth? Shadara dasa base zaman gabe mimishal with a document that has a date, one can collect from encumbered property. But the other type of document, that is without a date, one cannot collect from encumbered property. Obviously then, the document's essence, which is dated the 20th, document which is dated is worth more than the form which is not. Therefore, whoever holds the documents formal must give his adversary difference between the value and that of the document's essence.
Okay, we already. Okay, so let's go back. Let's understand what's going on over here. So what was the question that Rav Achim Difti asked Ravina about what Rabbi Elazar had said? Again, Rabbi Elazar said, "Look, if this one's holding on to the tofes, so we give him the tofes. If this one's holding on to the torif, we give him the torif." That's what Rabbi Elazar said. So Achim Difti asked Ravina, what is he talking about? It's not about the star itself. What's the value of the star? The star is is just a piece of paper that's got some words on it. What the value of the star is that it gives the person that's holding it the right to demand money from the loiva. We're talking about a loan document. So if you give it back to the malva, he could manine the loiva. He could demand from the loiva. If you give it back to the loiva, so then the loiva doesn't have to pay anybody because he's the one that's holding the. It's a proof. It's a proof of a loan that was made. So he says, it doesn't make any sense to me that he says, "Oh, you just give him this part of the star and you give him that part of the star." He says very sarcastically. He says, "What are they going to do with that? What are they going to do for that tofus that you gave him? He's going to use it to put. He's got a Coke bottle and he's got a hole there. He's got to put the piece of paper down the Coke bottle so the Coke won't spill all over the place. What's he going to do with it?" He doesn't understand what Rebbe Elazar is talking about. That's a good question. He needs it to cover his Coke bottle. That's why we're going to give him the. If so, then what's the? It doesn't make sense. It's not a. That's not what they're arguing about with the star. So he answered him, Amalei lidami. No, we're going to give him according to the value. We get him according to the value. What does that mean? Here there's a Rashi. Lidami.
Let's see. Lidami. Let's Ma'alin bidamis kama toref yafer min ha tofes. Okay, so Ma'alin is above.
Malin, we're going to attribute to this one who's holding on to this part of the star this much.
So we're going to attribute bitamis kama toref yafer min hatofes.
Yeah, tribute, or perhaps here it means to a value, and then attribute to after the evaluation that we made, we're going to attribute in terms of dumim, in terms of monetary value. Kama toref yafe minatofes. How much the toref is yafe is better minatofes than the value of the tofes part.
So in other words, we're going to give one of them more?
Yes. Yes. So that was really the question that he was asking. He was asking, how is it that you're giving the guy more by giving him the tofes? It's just a piece of paper that's got words on it. Just like you could cover the Coke bottle with the tofes, you could also cover it with the toref, because it's just a piece of paper with words. So we're saying no, but the words that are on this part of the star are monetarily, we're going to evaluate them to be more. They have more value than the part of the star that has the other words on it. And we're saying that, and Rashi's assuming that the part of the part of the star which is called the toref, which has the names of the borrower and the lender and the amount that the loan was for. So then with that, he could that's obviously a more valuable part of the document, because with that with those words that are on that document, he could now he can now make a claim that the lova owes him this, what it says in the tofes, rather in the toref, but so that's that the toref part is worth more than the tofes. But we're making an evaluation. We're not gonna. It sounds like we're just gonna evaluate. How many dollars, how many shekels, whatever the toref is really worth, more than the tofes is worth, based upon the words that it says in the toref as opposed to the words that it says in the tofes. So we're not looking at the two parts of the star as just a piece of paper with words on it that you cover your bottle stopper over. So okay, but now the Gemora continues, and it says that the Amar Hachi star de isbe zman kameshave, udeles be zman kameshave. The Gemara seems to be understanding that even the Torif, it doesn't include the date of that the loan was made. And so how are we going to evaluate, does it really have any more, if it doesn't have a date, what's the, how does that work into the evaluation of each part of the star? Start over here. Oh, over here, Rashi does have a Rashi. It's got a long Rashi, actually. Very long Rashi. Star de isbe zman kameshove.
We only have
which literally,
a minute.
yeah.
Should I start it?
Yeah.
Stara deis be zman kama shava. A document
Right.
that there is in it a time that it's equal. What's shava?
How much is it worth? Shavez, it's worth.
Worth. Ditoref adif mitofes deis be mikom hazman. So in the Torah, from the Tophus, there is in it a place for the time date.
We're saying that the Toref, the part of the star which is called the Toref, is adif, is superior and preferable to the Tophes. Why? The isbe makum hazman. It has the place where the date is put.
Right. De ilu sham ha malveh.
Shame.
Oh, shame hamalveh. That if the name of the lender and the borrower me'os and the money suvin that is written off bitofes she tzarich lachzor ma'aninu shall star. That he'll go back and what is this word ma'aninu?
Me'inyano.
Me'inano. Oh, from the subject of the star.
Yeah, tzorich lachzor. One needs to go back subsequent to having the whole star written. Me'inyano shall star b'shita achrona. On the last line of the star, we have to go back and mention what's the inyan of this star. What's this star all about? And like that, we're going to mention the name of the malva, the loiva, and the amount of the loan. Even in the tofes, this is called the tofes part of the star. So now you got a case, in other words, where Rashi's pointing out that really you have all the valuable portions that in the Tofes part of the shtar, as well as in the Torah, because you have to be chosim in Yonah Shel Shtar b'shita achrona. You have to go back over what's the subject of this shtar in the last line of the document, which is the Tofes part.
Vehu ikar kitisnan, and this is the essence of that which we learned in Bava Basra, I guess. It's written in over there. Milamala mana umilamata matim. From the top is money.
Mana is written 100.
From the top it's written 100, and from the bottom it's written 200.
Yeah. So which one is it?
The guy who holds the bottom is going to get more than the guy who holds the top. Milamala ma'atim ma'atayim. From the top it's 200. Umilamata, and from the bottom mana 100. So it reverses.
Yeah, he's talking about two different cases.
Right.
Whether it's like this, whether it's like that.
And one of them's in parentheses. I don't know what the parentheses means.
Right.
Hakol holech achar ha tachton. Everyone goes. Tachton is what the initial.
The untische shura. The bottom line. Literally.
Everyone goes.
In other words, when we have a dispute, we have a contradiction between what it says on the upper part of the shtar and what it says on the bottom part of the shtar. The rule is we go hakol holach acher hatachton. Everything. The rule is we go according to what it says on the last line of the shtar.
It's pretty late, Rabbi.
Okay. All the best, everybody.
Okay, thank you. And Mitzvah Hashem, we'll see you tomorrow for the Friday schedule.
Bez Hashem. Okay. Everybody, have a great day. Suras Tovas, Fur Shlema, to Chanabas Shendo, Bezrat Hashem.
Fur Shlema, to Chanabas Shendo.